Okay, welcome to the meeting of January 17th. I'll open it for comments from the public. No comments from the public. Okay, you should have the minutes of the special meeting on January 3rd and the regular meeting on January 3rd. If you've had a chance to review those, as I think you have, it came earlier in the day, make a motion to approve and accept those minutes.
I make a motion to approve the minutes in the special meeting.
Okay, second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion's carried. Next thing you'll find in your agenda are the bills. You also should have had a copy of those. So I would like a motion to approve and pay the bills for discussion.
I make a motion to approve the bills.
Wait. I got some additions.
Okay. Well, before we get that seconded, the treasurer has some additions.
First addition, simply prescriptions in the amount of $39.35.21. That's for the retirees. Other one, NICIC, $32,830.65. Their transmission. And the last one is Excellus for $47,368.34.
For health insurance.
For health insurance.
Okay, we have a motion by Trustee Arnold to approve and pay the bills. Do we have a second?
I'll second it, and I have some questions.
Okay, we have a second. Now we'll have discussions. Go ahead, sir.
I don't know if the right folks here to answer these things, but page 206, we paid out almost $5,000 to Edmonds and Associate. Who is Edmonds and Associate?
That is our utility billing software.
Software.
This is the support for years.
Utility billing? Thank you. There was a check for $142 that went to Michael LeBlanc for a reimbursement. I see the word reimbursement, then it says EM.
It's EMS. It's for an EMS.
EMS. That's what I assumed.
Course or book.
That was abbreviated.
EMT book.
Okay. On page 406, and I asked this question last month, but I don't know if I got a satisfactory answer to my recollection. Civic Center, page 406, supplier was the village of Rouses Point. Civic Center and that word Capri, but I'm assuming that's compressor.
Yes.
Okay. Now, that $3,500, is that the electricity to run this place for a month?
That's correct.
I think that maybe we ought to be looking into ways to make this place a little more efficient if it's costing that much electricity. I know compressors probably take a lot of juice out of this place.
We got to keep that ice up there.
Well, I understand that,
What
but
it costs.
yeah, it's
And all the lights over the all the lights over the rink have been changed in the last 2 years.
Right.
okay. All right. Well, it's still a high cost, and I'm hoping that the village will look into maybe IEP money for something.
Well, we purchased a new variable frequency drive last year from IEP.
Yeah.
We've hit every possible option. It's just, it consumes a lot of energy. The compressors, keeping the ice open. We put the variable frequency drives in to control the electricity, and we also put the lights in. And I think we've maxed out where we go.
Yeah. Well, okay. Still a good one. On page 5 and 6, I'm familiar with this company, Walmart Incorporated. It's $145 for AeroBest. Gene, where you signed off on this bill, can you tell me what AeroBest is?
Which one is that now, Tom?
That's under the sewer account, page 5, halfway down.
Page 5. Oh, Momar. 146. There was not a description. There was a product number on it, but that was the name of the actual part. there was a part number on the bill,
Yeah.
but there was not a product description. So I'm assuming it is a part that was required to repair a piece of equipment at wastewater.
Okay, because Momar sells, I didn't know they sold parts, because they sell cleaning supplies.
It's a case of what Aerobest, whatever Aerobest is.
Right.
I don't know what Aerobest is, but it says one
The
dozen.
janitorial supply then.
1 dozen, it says per case.
Okay. All right, thank you.
There's no further description in the bill about that.
No.
Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carried.
One dozen. Is that one
I
dozen?
believe we have some correspondence.
We do. We have one letter.
I'll ask her.
It is dated January 5th, 2017, to the Rouses Point Library Board of Trustees. This is to let you know that I no longer will be able to fill in as a on a part-time basis, and that's from Geraldine Baumel. She used a substitute library page, so she is just saying that she has to resign from that.
Okay, do we need a motion accepting that
Yes, you do.
resignation? Okay, can I have a motion accepting the resignation of Ms. Bowmel as a substitute library page?
I'm so moved on the motion.
Okay, discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carried. Okay, we have a few items. First one dealing with the election. We need to examine and approve a resolution to establish a polling place for 2017's elections. It's a short resolution. It says, whereas the next village election for offices of the Village of Rouses Point, New York will be held on Tuesday, March 21st, 2017. And whereas the Board of Trustees of said village must designate by resolution the polling place and hours which the polls shall be open for section 15-104-3B of the State of New York election law. Therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Rouses Point has determined the polling place shall be at Halsted Hall, located at 39 Lake Street, Rouses Point, New York, with the polls being open from 12 noon to 9 p.m. Be it further resolved that as required by section 15-104-3B of the state election law, notice of said village polling place and time the polls will be open be given at least 60 days prior to said election date. This resolution shall take effect immediately, and we'll ask for a roll call vote on this. So we need a motion, first of all, to approve this resolution.
I make a motion to approve where the election is supposed to be held.
Okay?
Time.
Second.
Okay, further discussion on that resolution? Okay, we'll have a roll call vote. Trustee Mott,
Aye.
trustee Moore is absent, trustee Arnold,
Aye.
trustee Dart.
Aye.
That's 3 ayes, the motion is carried. Thank you. Okay, the next issue, it brought to my attention that we have in the past had a voter registration day 10 days prior to the election. It's a day in which we have to temporarily hire an election inspector, come in and sit in the village office to register people on that one day. You should know that anyone can come in, any resident of the village can come in and register to vote any day of the week. We do not require a special day to do it. We have had no registrations in the last 3 years. So we paid for employees to come in for that, and we've had no registration. People have come in and registered to vote, as I said, as you can. And as a matter of fact, specifically up to, let's see, 25 days before the election. So anyone, any village resident, 18 years old by December 31st of the year in which they file, and must be at their present address for 30 days, not be in prison or on parole for a felony, not be judged mentally incompetent, or claim the right to vote elsewhere. So they can vote at the village office. they can register at the village office and vote here at Halsted Hall. So we need a resolution to either not have a registration day or to have one. We have some discussion on that before we have any motions. For 3 years, we haven't had anybody register, but we paid for an employee to sit there. We have employees there all day long. We have the village clerk, we have two of the other people in the front office that can handle the registration.
Well, I can't see having somebody come in on a special day to do that
Not when it's available,
all week long.
well, yeah, every day, up until 25 days before the election.
Right.
So, I mean, we'd be saving paying someone to come in and do
Right.
that, and we've had no one in the last 3 years that has registered on particular voter registration day.
Voter registration day, is that including up to the day of election, or is it a specific
25
day?
is, well, it's a-
25 days before.
it's a specific day, the voter registration
Just one
day,
day.
let's see, would be March, would be on,
It'll be on Saturday,
I'm sorry, I'm trying to find it.
March 11th.
It's not held, it's not on this motion. I gotta look at the next one. February election, let me go to 10th day of February. February 10th is when it would be. But again,
25 days before.
Oh, 25 days. Voter registration
okay,
day.
the registration, I'm sorry. There's so many dates on there, the 11th of March. But again, that's a Saturday, Monday through Friday, the voters, anyone eligible to vote can register to vote there. So we have to make a decision whether or not we have a motion for a no registration day, particular registration day, or we have one to have that registration day. What is your pleasure?
I make a motion that we don't have the voter registration.
I second that.
Further discussion?
Is there a, did you say, Dan, that was on a Saturday?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
We have had no one register for 3 years on that date.
right. And it wouldn't be a problem if, we left a note on the door or something saying you could register with the clerk?
It's going to be placed on the electric bills, so they know they can register at the village office.
Okay.
So when they receive their next electric bill, that'll be on it.
The resolution will also be published.
Ma'am?
Prior
The
to-
resolution will also be published.
And we'll publish a resolution, there will not be a registration.
That means the deadline would be in February though, right?
It's 25 days before the election. I don't have my calendar, you want to tell me the exact date?
I don't have the exact date.
Well, I guess I can find one. Have to be smarter than my phone.
Election date is March 16th, is
The
it?
21st is the election.
The day that the registration would be held is on the 11th of March. I don't think that's exactly. I don't have a smartphone, new calendar.
Be the end of February.
Well, we're at, like I said, we're at the point where we haven't had anybody do it in 3 years, and it's available up to 25 days before the election, anytime during regular work hours at the village office. So we have a motion and a second on the floor, and we have a discussion from trustee Dart. Do you have a specific question, sir?
I was just trying to, if it's a constant, if it's something in the village where we've done it. I agree we shouldn't necessarily have to pay someone, but I just don't want someone to come to us and have it be a legal question that they came here on that day and they tried to register, and then,
Well, there won't be a legal question, because we're gonna pass a resolution saying there is no voter registration on that day, and that they can vote any day during, I'm sorry,
Register.
that they can register any day during the week. So that's why we're doing this, that eliminates the legal
Okay.
question, that's the guidance we received.
okay, thank you.
Okay, sir. Okay, further discussion? Okay, all those in favor of no voter registration day?
Aye.
Aye.
Well, we have to have a roll call vote, don't we? So, we'll just formalize this, and we should read it. Notice is hereby given that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Rouses Point has, on the 17th day of January 2017, passed a resolution to not hold a voter registration day for the 2017 village election. A copy of this complete resolution is as follows. Whereas the general election for officers will be held on the 21st of March, and whereas due to the lack of activity at past registration days, the village officials have decided to not hold a registration date for the general election for 2017. This resolution shall take effect immediately. The question of the foregoing is put to a roll call vote. Trustee Mott.
Aye.
Trustee Arnold.
Aye.
Trustee Dart.
Aye.
3 ayes, the motion is carried. Thank you. So just to make sure that a notice of that, about being able to register at the office, is going into the utility bills.
Yes, I'll
Right.
put it on February's, yes.
Okay, thank you. Well, electrical and sewer, right? Utilities. If you don't have, okay. All right, all right, if you remember, I think 2 meetings ago, we had an invitation to participate in the facility, wastewater treatment facility asset management program. And as a result of our agreement to do so, as of January 10th, we received a letter from the Engineering and Land Surveying PC. We are pleased to inform you that the Rouses Point wastewater treatment facility has been selected as one of the 13 facilities in New York and Vermont to participate in the Lake Champlain Basin's program Technical Assistance in Wastewater Treatment Facility Asset Management. You'll recall the objective of this program is to provide municipalities, wastewater treatment governing boards, and plant operators with the necessary tools for effective asset management of wastewater treatment facilities in the Champlain Basin. It's a 5-step process. They're going to do asset inventory. They're going to do a level of service review. They're going to ranking of critical assets. They're going to do a life cycle costing, which of course means how long the equipment's going to last and what it'll be, and a capital improvement project plan. When they complete these 5 steps, a customized asset management plan and a capital improvement plan will be prepared for our wastewater treatment facility. We will also be provided with assistance with the implementation of the plans for 6 months, including training on asset management, operational tools, and programming, maintenance of records, logs, and reports, and wastewater treatment facility inspections. They will also research funding opportunities for infrastructure improvements outlined in the capital improvement plan. So we were accepted into the program, so again, this is at no cost to the village, and I think we should all be pretty happy that we made it in. That was a good opportunity. Okay, finally, we have a request, or we received a request in December from the library board requesting the appointment of 2 substitute page positions. At that time, we were looking at the inventory, I guess we call it, at the list of available substitute page, and it looked pretty lengthy. And we also looked at the hours available for the library technician and the library page at work. And we had some questions. We just wanted to make sure we were all set up. Trustee Arno helped set this up, as did our clerk. We had a very informative meeting with the library board, myself, Trustee Arno, and our administrator on Friday the 13th. When we first got there, they gave us an updated list of the available pages, and they are quite short in that area. So that we will soon have a accurate and complete revised sub-list for pages. Also, the library technician has been and agrees to continue to fill in for our part-time library page if the need arises. We've been in a situation where we had to ask for the library president Mr. Jim Giro to come in and sit at the desk and serve as a substitute on one occasion. So obviously that was, we're getting pretty short. The library continues to expand services. It's open for the, always open for the public input on its present activities and additional ones. The patrons are making themselves, are availing themselves of things like DVDs that they can get, whereas everyone's talking about streaming and going the other way, and the library is maintaining this library of DVDs they have, and they've been pretty successful with that. Also, the patrons have been asking for certain books, and so as part of the ordering program, our library technician has been making sure that she takes those into account, and during her ordering, when it fits, she goes ahead and orders those books as requested. They're generally, obviously, some of the best sellers at the time, and it's been pretty good. They have asked the public if there's anyone has any ideas for activities at the library, additional activities. Someone mentioned perhaps basing a walk there in the spring, coming down, doing the new trail, going back, maybe having some refreshments on the lawn. There's all kinds of opportunities. So the request is for 2 substitute page positions based on my meeting, and after discussion subsequently with Trustee Arnold and the Administrator, I think it's they need them. So I would like to have a motion to approve the appointing of 2 substitute page positions for the Dodge Memorial Library.
I make a motion, we hire 2 substitute pages.
Okay? We have a second? I'll second that motion. Further discussion?
What's a page?
It's just a
Someone
person.
that sits there and takes, checks books out, puts
They call them
books in.
pages.
That's their title.
That's their person.
There's a library technician and a library page, and then the substitute pages come in. We don't have any substitute technician.
Thanks. Can I
Yes,
ask a
sir.
question? When you said that the library technician was going to continue to fill in for the library page, what does that mean exactly?
Well, generally, we don't carry on discussions about it, but I'll explain it. The library technician has more hours than the library page does. It's 29 hours for one, 21 hours for the page. If the page were to become unable to work for 3 hours on a particular day, rather than pay for a substitute page to come in, sometimes the library technician takes over her duties as well as her own, so we avoid having to pay for a page.
Isn't that what was done in the past?
Not always, but it's being done now. Any further discussion from the board?
Even the president of the board of the library has come in as a substitute.
I believe that was
Jim
one
Drew,
time.
right, Ben?
Yeah, let's keep this up the boards here. Yeah, I mentioned that he did come in, so, if the board, does the board have any other comments? Oh. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the motion's carried. Okay, I'll turn it over to Trustee Mott.
I have nothing.
Trustee Arnold.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I have 5 pictures here you can look at. This is to do with the railroad station, and when we get a heavy snow and very lot of snow on the roofs and stuff, it comes down onto these pipes and onto the heat pump that's up there. And there's no cover over it whatsoever, and the pipes are bending and stuff like that. So I would like to take and have the village mechanic or John, that they can make a roof over the top of that, so it doesn't danger the pipes and cause more damage. If it breaks the pipes off, we're gonna be in a lot of damage and costly for the village, especially if it damages the heat pump and stuff.
Wasn't there a project engineer involved in this when they were doing all this? I mean, it was all part of the grant, wasn't it?
Right, it was supposed to be, yeah, but it was never done. It was supposed to be a fence around it.
We're in litigation, as we do now, have been for a couple of years. So there's not gonna be any work coming from that particular source. I don't know if, is the village mechanic the one to be doing that? Do we have a design for it? Does it need to have like,
Well,
does it have to be
I
engineered?
talked to John about it, and John said he could make a little roof, angled roof with 4 pedestals on it, or 6 pedestals, how many, and stuff, it very, very inexpensive, probably $300-400 probably. You know, to cover it up. It would save us in the long run if it keeps bending these pipes, because they're just out there in the open. And that ice comes down, or the snow comes down pretty heavy on them, it's gonna cause a lot of damage.
I see picture number 2, there's a load of snow right on top of the air handler part of it.
Right.
And if that fan can't exhaust its air, it's gonna overheat, and it's gonna cost us a lot more than $300 to fix it.
Right.
So have you checked on the budget? We have money in that? to do
We
that?
should have ARSN in the budget for the library, or I mean, train station.
To make roof repairs?
No, it's to make a little metal roof over the top of this heat pump. Tom, you wanna show them the picture?
Maintenance, probably.
But I have to take it out of building, there's nothing specifically
Right.
for
Yeah,
buildings.
take it out of the building
There's nothing
maintenance or whatever,
specifically
yeah.
for buildings for the train station.
Well, I think we don't have much choice, based on your evaluation of the situation and the potential damage. So if you wanna make a motion that we have the village crew construct a protective roof over the top of the heat pump and the pipes leading to it, please go ahead and make that motion.
All right, I'll make the motion that we see the village mechanic, and I talked to him here last week about it, and he said he could fix up something.
Okay, so we have a motion to have the village crew, possibly the village mechanic, whoever is available, construct a protective roof over the heat pump and the pipes leading to that heat pump at the railroad station. So that's the motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that motion's carried, so we can go ahead and if you wanna let them know, take care of that.
Okay. Yep, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
make sure in the meantime, I'll go up there every storm and take a look at if there's any physical harm that I think might happen to that. So Johnny wouldn't necessarily have to drop what he's doing and go build this.
Right.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll, the weather will hold out like it has been. It's supposed to be in the 40s for the next 2 days.
Yeah.
In spite of the impending doom of tonight's snowfall, which I heard a lot about today, but
Correct.
apparently it didn't come.
Don't be heavy, don't be heavy.
It was pretty scary. I was worried I was going to be home from the office. Okay, do you have anything else?
No, that's it, Mr. Mayor.
Trustee Dart?
I have nothing at this time, thank you.
Okay, do you have other reports? Mr. Treasurer?
I just want to remind everybody to turn in their budget sheets, and I did send a letter to the county treasurer's office, ask for a sales tax projection for next fiscal year.
Okay, great. Madam Administrator,
Nothing from me, thank you.
Madam Clerk.
Nothing for me tonight.
Okay, we'll open the meeting to the public for any comments. Okay, I'd like a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
And second,
Second.
discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thank you.